What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Twisted Life of TV. I am Poetry. You are here for another recap and review of Blood and Water. This is season 4, episode 2. TikTok, bitch. Okay, look here. Last week's episode, I kept asking whose past were they burying, or whose past was not left buried. That's coming back to haunt them. I think this episode we got a little taste of it, and I think it's Fiks, because when they kind of almost revealed a little bit about what's going on in this particular episode, Fiks seemed the only one concerned. Fiks seemed to have some type of knowledge about what was happening here. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can keep this straight, because I just, I ain't taking no notes. This is raw and unfiltered. I am not binge watching this season. I'm doing it week by week. So just for housekeeping rules, please don't leave any spoilers down in the comment section. We are only discussing the actual episode that we're watching or the one that came before it, all right? So, where did it even start? I don't even know. Well, Puleng decided that she was going to ignore the person who's been sending her an anonymous text. We see this white boy sitting in the dark, and that's all we see is his silhouette. It don't look like anybody's lips that I'm familiar with. Don't look like anybody's eyes that I'm familiar with. So I'm like, okay, they introducing a new character. That's what they doing right here. And you saw him going through this conversation on this chat stream with somebody else, and they are targeting folks. They got an image of some dude who's supposed to be beating up little kids, and they like, well, what about him? And then the person says, no, I got somebody else in mind. And then you see Puleng's message come through that says the anonymous account has been blocked. Okay? So the dude is like, oh, really? You gonna block me, bitch? That ain't how we finna do this. So he texts Fiks and says something about time is up, TikTok, bitch. And Fiks is like, who the hell is this? And he was like, oh, you don't remember? You should know. But if you don't, okay, I got you, boo. I got you. And I'm like, so in two different ways, they're saying, Fiks, you know who I am. This person opening up message that says, you don't remember? You don't remember me? Okay. And then later on in the episode, when they brought a name to Puleng, and Puleng said the name in front of Fiks, it seemed like she was very familiar with who that name was attached to. Okay. So, it looks like this particular person is extorting different people, not just the Kamali sisters, but different people. And as of right now, it doesn't seem like they're asking for any money, so I'm not sure what the motive is. Is it just revenge? And if it is revenge, what the freak happened that is causing this person to target them? You see them with newspaper ads and things of that nature regarding the two sisters, and they are definitely reaching out to these two people. So somebody is not only affiliated with Fiks, but somebody I believe that's affiliated with the Parkhurst, because they're not only watching Fiks and Puleng, they done got Leanne involved in it. Leanne is the one who's always walking around getting everybody on video and social media, this, that, and the third, right? So they done got this child involved. So I'm like, okay, so we on a whole new vibe as far as Blood and Water goes this particular season. A whole new vibe. And it looks like it's going to be centered around cyber criminal behavior. Because we already got the situation going on with KB, who sampled somebody's beat, and then Chris decided to put it out on the radio. Well, now that has woke that person up, because Chris has stepped into manager mode, right? And Chris is lining up interviews for KB. He's lining up performance dates for KB. He's really taking his role as the manager serious. KB is like, hold up, slow your roll, cuz. He's like, don't worry about it, Now, remember, Chris had already said he researched the guy who the beat came from, and the account was kind of old and dead, and he sent the message to him, but no response. So he figured, let's just move forward with this. We're doing KB's interview. One of the people somebody called up to the station and was like, that beat sound kind of familiar, cuz. And KB looked at Chris like, see, this is what the fuck I'm talking about here. But he said to know, well, my music reflects my life. Wrong answer. You shouldn't have did that. You should have did it. You could probably say, over my life, I have been inspired by many people. So it might be a accumulation of different sounds that I've heard, and this is what I came up with. Something, or not only that this is what I came up with, pour out. But just saying, this over time, you've heard a lot of different great artists, great producers, and this is just, and they inspired you in that way. That's all you could have said, right? But to claim it as this is part of your life and that's where this music comes from, that is going to infuriate anybody who originally created that track. When they leave up out of the studio later, the dude is sitting there waiting. Okay? Waiting and watching. He ain't old dead in the crib. Well, he's a lot older than I expected him to be, but he ain't dead in the crib, that for sure. He looked like he still got some money and he's still doing his thing, and it was Rough Rider Records or something like that. I ain't sure. It might have been Bad Boy Records. It was Puff Daddy. It was somebody records. I don't want to say it's Puff Daddy. Lord Jesus. Ooh, we know what's going on with him. Okay. So, but as far as like Puleng and everything, she's still getting messages from anonymous numbers. And this person like, oh, so you thought you were going to get away with me, right? I told you what was going to happen if you didn't, do what I need you to do. So they sent her a voice recording saying, I still got you, boo. Just because you blocked me don't mean that I can't reach out to and find you in other ways, right? So she listened to the voice recording, and the voice recording tell her, you need to find Gregory Dixon. And she's like, well, who the fuck is Gregory Dixon? We don't know. And the person didn't respond. So it was up to Puleng to put her investigator hat on and to find this person. Why is this person so important? We're unsure. And at the time, I can't even remember who was with Puleng. Yvonne was with Puleng at this time. Her and Yvonne just got this whole little sex thing going on, pretty much. She get drunk, she sex him up. That's pretty much what's going on with them. I'm not going to read too much into it. He's really trying to impress her and really get to know her sexually, because he ain't trying to get to know Puleng. There's no conversations really going on. It's just all about drinking and having sex. That's pretty much the whole story. So I'm not gonna really hit on that too much. Which I thought though that they went ahead and did the nasty again. She got drunk and skipped therapy and went and did the nasty with Yvonne again. I thought that whoever the anonymous person was gonna be had recorded them a second time, but we found out that didn't happen. Okay, so like I said, Fiks is also receiving these anonymous messages and everything, but she pretty much like, fuck you and feed you grits. That's pretty much how she going about it. Her and Sam, seem to be back in a good place, and he over at the crib chilling with her, and they getting all kissy face and everything, and then she mounts him. Okay, this is the second time now that she done tried to get sexual with Sam, and he's having flashbacks and memories of being tortured and assaulted, and he freaks out. So like I said, there had to be something sexual that happened to Sam when he was accosted. And that's not something that's easy for men. It ain't easy for people to talk about, but especially a man being violated. It's not easy for them to talk about. You damn sure don't want to talk about it to your girlfriend. Okay, so, but Fiks kind of takes it personally. Like, okay, he don't want to be with me? Fine. So she started dissing him around school for a minute. Not really dissing him, but ghosting him, ignoring him. And he just trying to have a conversation with her. Like, look, I ain't ready for this. I done been through some shit, okay? And it seems like all the girls that went through the trauma, Puleng and Fiks specifically, have really revved up their sexual energy, which is, I don't know why it was written that way, but that's what they doing. So Tahira, like I was saying, she is basically doing the principal's bidding. She still ain't got accepted to the program that she needed to be accepted into. Wendy did get in. Despite her grades, Wendy got her approval and her acceptance. Her daddy is telling her, look, you going to be the first one in our family to go to university, make us proud. That's a lot of pressure on somebody, especially when she hasn't been honest about what's been going on with her and her grades and everything and the slipping. We still don't understand why her grades are slipping, but again, this has been a trying year or two for everybody. So she's doing all the principal's bidding just to get a reference letter from him. And while she's doing this whole process, she is learning more and more about Pauline and Bobby and I forgot the other guy's name. They whole test scam ring. You know, she confronts them about the fact that she know that they cheated on the test. Okay? And yeah, what you gonna do for me is let me in on it, or I'm gonna tell you. So it was like I suspected last week, or one of the things I suspected last week, she was either gonna snitch on them or she was gonna get involved herself, which she is trying to make sure that she lives up to everybody's expectations, and she's gonna involve herself in this whole exam cheating ring to hear a girl, this is not gonna go well for you, sis. It is not gonna go well for you. And your daddy fine. I'm just saying, they got some fine African men on this show. I'm kind of upset with Anthony's her. Found out that Fiks's real daddy, her biological daddy, is named Anthony. His locks is giving me stress. They don't look natural. They look like they came out of Tyler Perry closet. I don't like his locks. I don't even know if they his own naturally, but they don't look real. They look like they're extensions, and they're so black against his salt. You know, you got that salt and pepper going on, but they like they jet black, like they dye jet black, and it's bothering me. It's really stressing me, but he fine in the face. He is fine and got a nice little body too. Well, Fiks is really trying to rev up her connection with Anthony, and she's really excluding Brian from her life. It's like he's becoming a non-motherfucking factor. And he's starting to feel it. He feels the disconnect there. The more and more she gets involved with Anthony. She's inviting him to things. Of course, Tandy is involved too, but she's seeking advice from him instead of going to Brian. She's telling Brian what she's going to do. He's the man that raised her from, you know, the time his wife lied and said it was his kid. He's the one that's been raising her all these 18 years. You know, Anthony just stepped in. I don't know if Fiks is just feeling some type of connection to Anthony because he gave up a organ for her so she could live, and she feels like she needs to connect with him more. You know, this is my real daddy, you know, type of situation. So he gave his life for me, that type of thing. She feels like she owe him something, and she don't owe Brian, or she don't feel like she's obligated to Brian any longer, even though she's living under his house. I mean, like, they going off to school. She doing a swim gala. She ain't told Brian about it. Anthony's pushing her into it. You know, he's really concerned. Girl, you just got shot. Okay, you just don't know how that wound is healing internally. You know, anything could happen. You out there stressing it, pulling in that damn water. That water is give you some resistance. You could re-injure yourself swimming. You need to really think about that. I know this is your last year of school, and you got this little sophomore girl whose name is Asanda. I'm still gonna call her sophomore probably. This little sophomore girl who is showing you up, and you trying to show that you better than her. But you need to slow your roll, girl, because you need to make sure that you are fully healed. Not just mentally, but internally as well. Okay? We didn't see her go to therapy at all this particular episode. And so we saw Puleng skip therapy, but you know, we see this therapy is deeply involved here. So Brian decided, you know what? Let me go over and talk to Tandy. You know, since Fiks is spending a lot more time with Fim, and she is technically her biological mother, since she has a deep connection with Anthony, I guess she can have a deep connection with Tandy as well. So he went to go talk to her, you know, parent to parent. I think that she's pushing herself too hard. And usually her mother would step in and offer some advice, you know. And I'm hoping that since you are truly her biological mother, then maybe you could do the same. Maybe you see my point of view, right? He didn't seem like he was being jealous, or, you know, he's like showing deep concern. And as a parent, let me go to who I think can help. So Tandy goes to Anthony later on. First of all, Anthony pulled up to the house. I didn't like that. Not only did he pull up to the house, he walked in the door. Like, don't just come to my house like that. That's like mad disrespectful. I didn't invite you here, but I guess Fiks did. Fiks invited him there because Fiks was going to take a ride with him to go to school instead of Brian, but you had told Brian that y'all was going to ride together. It was Anyway, I don't like how Fiks is treating Brian. But I kind of understand. And, trauma kind of makes you do things differently than you normally would. So I kind of understand. So anyway, Tandy goes over to Anthony's gallery. And he had his hair pulled up there so I could really see the roots. And I was like, come on, Tyler Perry. Stop loaning blood to water the wigs. Because it ain't working for me. If that's his real hair, he got extensions. If that's his real hair. I mean, if that's not, a wig, he got extensions in real life. Because that didn't come naturally from the roots. Not all of it. And it don't look natural. I could be wrong, but it don't look natural. Anywho, child. So Tandy go over there and like, look here. I talked to Brian. Brian feels like you may be pushing Fiks too far, too fast into this swimming situation. And they get into a little exchange of words about, but you don't think I can be a good parent, and I don't know how to parent. And she basically telling him, no, you don't know how to parent. You ain't had no children around for the past few years. Hell, you didn't even want to be involved in her life. Let's be honest right there, Anthony. Okay, and then he like, well, who fault is that? Yeah, now who fault is that? You took that away from me. I don't even know how to explain it. I could see his point of view. I could see him being in his fifis. But just because this is now your time to be a parent, don't overdo it. I see that a lot with people. Actually, I don't see it a lot. But I notice that a lot as far as like YouTube is concerned. There are a lot of people who get involved that have been adopted. That get involved with the biological parents. And it seems like the biological parents step in and try to overdo it. They try to, so to speak, prove a point to the child that they still love them, so that they step out of bounds of what the parents who have been raising them want them to do. And the child feels like you're just trying to keep me away from my real mama, my real daddy. That's what I be seeing. I see it on TV and I see it on YouTube all the time. But yeah, so that's what's pretty much going on. But they quickly resolved the conversation, and Anthony said, fine, he just gonna back off. I don't think that he really saw her point. I don't really think he saw her point. But he just said, fine, he gonna back off. So, who am I talking about? Chris and Wendy. It's not too much going on with them. Wendy trying to get Chris back into his studies so he can graduate, because maybe he already got left behind in school. She's trying to get him caught back up so he can graduate on time. And Chris is in this mindset, I'm going to be KB's manager. This is where I want to focus my energy. School, it'll happen, but it ain't my primary focus right now. And even though I think that education is so important, at least out of high school, I think it's so important. Going to university and stepping out on life with the career goal, a career-minded goal. One is not better than the other, depending on the person. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not designed to go to school. A lot of people learn better just doing it, creating their own business, marking their own path, right? So going to university and paying all this money to go to university may not be the best route for them. It may get a little harder sometimes, but I'm telling you, somebody that went to university, that was hard as fuck for me. I am not a person who really liked the school environment, which is crazy considering that I will research and study some shit off with ease on my own, but in a school setting, in a structured setting, it doesn't work for me. I did graduate, but it took me fucking forever. I just graduated from college in 2015, which was 9 years ago. I'm 50 years old. I graduated at 41. I got out of high school at 18. I'm saying, do you see what I'm saying? I didn't start college. I didn't even start college until 2009 though. What was it, 6 years? It took me 6 years? That's not true. I graduated from college the first time. I started school in 2005. No. I started college the first time 3 years after my daughter was born. So that's 2002, I started college. And my design was I was going to graduate before my daughter turns 5 years old. That didn't happen. 2002 to 2015. Took me 13 years to complete a 4-year degree because I hated school so much. If I had just followed my career path dream, I might have done a much better job. I might have been more successful or more advanced in my entrepreneur goals by now. And it didn't happen, you know. I don't even use my degree. That's sad. I mean, I used the knowledge that I gained, but I was using it for the most part before. And maybe going to college helped me with research. I don't know, but I think I was always researching before I went to school. I don't know. Anywho, child, let me get off me and back to the show. So, like I said, Chris put on a successful interview. He put on a successful show, even though he didn't actually book the venue. So he had to go down there and they had to talk to Lunga and try to convince Lunga to talk to his boss to let them actually put on this event. Chris knew that the place wasn't going to be popping or booked. So he knew that they had the time and availability. But Lunga did his thing. They didn't even thank Lunga afterwards. Now I think about it, they didn't even thank him. No, they congratulated Chris and KB for doing a damn good job. But nobody went up to Lunga and said, thank you for hooking this up. Lunga may feel some kind of way. You see, he feels kind of salty every time that he see Chris with Wendy. But I'm glad they didn't really focus on Lunga much. He was trying to teach Puleng how to drive. Later, he sat down and he talked to Sia. He's really being just a supporting character this season. Sia was looking at old photos, the Baba, and looking at all the boxes in the corner that Tandy has packed up with Julius's things on them. It tripped me out for a second when I saw the box that said Julius's bedroom. I forgot that they wasn't sleeping together. Their marriage was kind of strange, and they was in separate bedrooms. And Sia's like, damn, she really trying to forget my daddy. You know what I'm saying? The biggest issue that I have with her moving on is the fact that she's inviting Anthony back into her life so soon. Like, again, this is the man that you cheated on your husband with. So yeah, your husband being Sia's daddy. I can see why there's so much tension and animosity there. They didn't show much else of Sia this particular episode either. They show him later talking to KB. But other than that, they didn't really do much with Sia this particular episode either. We see a lot of Asanda, sophomore. She has an issue with her mama. You got these strong-minded women and these strong-minded families. I hear this a lot about African families, that they kind of are similar to Asian families in this sense, where the parents want you to be a certain way. They want you to be a doctor or a lawyer or something of that nature, and they push you so hard that even when you do good, they don't find good in it. Like, Asanda is like the number 2 person in the school. She's just a sophomore. As far as swimming is concerned, she's like the number 2 person, and the mama's like, you ain't shit. Pretty much, that's the type of mentality that she got with her. She saw her talking to Wade, which, her mama, of course, would be concerned, like, why you talking to that boy? But anywho, she's concerned more so you ain't getting your dive right. What you doing that you ain't getting your dive right? So, Asanda, she comes off as a bitch to people because she lives in that type of strict household that makes her bitchy. So when people exert that type of attitude to others, almost like a bully mentality, it's because they really got something going on at home. Like something they connecting with their family life. And we can see that here. Her parents are big, prominent talk show hosts. Everybody knows their name. But there's a standard that they want her to live up to. Like, this is like the gold standard. And they trying to get her way above it. You know what I'm saying? This platinum whatever's but they trying to get her to Wakanda status. What they got in Tritonium in Wakanda? You know what I'm saying? They just try her to do too much, too fast. Something that she may not even truly want to do. That's usually what it comes to, like when most Asian families, I say I'm talking about them, they usually don't even want to do the career that their family is trying to push them to. Indian families too. Indians or Asians, all right? So anywho, but yeah, that's just the type of mentality, the mindset that's going on. So, but she is hooked on Wade, and Wade is hooked on her, and it is annoying for him to be his age. You done had a couple relationships now, and you still act this trepid when it comes around girls. You ain't built up no confidence yet. He one of them people that's going, baby, when you saw how many pictures this fool done liked on her Instagram page, yes. He asked Puleng, was that creepy? And Puleng was like, no, that's not creepy. Yes, it is. It's 2024. You done went back to pictures back to when I was an embryo. Liking them. Bruh, something is wrong with that. Why are you going so far back in my pictures liking every last one? When I see people do that to me, I instantly block them. Blocked. Usually it's some creepy ass old dude from my mama. I don't know what that's about. She got the oldest, creepiest ass friends possible. And I'll make a comment on one of her posts and they'll see me. And she may mention that I'm her daughter. And then they go through my picture and they go back years. Like. Block. You don't even see my page. That's creepy. That's creepy as hell. But Asada likes it. She likes the attention. But she has this jealous streak. And we see now, it's not just geared towards Fiks. It's also geared towards anybody that look at Wade crazy. Anybody that talked to Wade. He was sitting next to, did she see him sitting next to Leanne? I think so. I think she saw him sitting next to Leanne. But you know, he called her from Puleng's phone. She all in her fifi. She gonna be a problem. Just her jealousy is gonna make her an issue. Ooh, Chile. Anywho, child. Well, Sam wants to help Puleng find this Gregory Dixon person, but Fiks has convinced him, no, that's not the right move. This dude could be real dangerous, so he agreed with her, right? But Fiks still takes it upon herself to go over to Puleng and get Puleng to do some investigation herself. She starts to look through this person's social and find out that Gregory's profile is gone. Like I said, how you know that's the right Gregory? That's because Fiks already knows who this person is. And she tells Puleng, I will pay you to find this person because they deleted their socials. Give me information on him, right? Puleng comes back to give her the information, but she's nowhere around. And she ends up handing it to Sam. It's like, hey, get this to your girl. Of course he gonna look at it, right? He brings it to Fiks like, hey, what's this? I'm saying Fiks takes it and takes off running. Next we see Fiks fully dressed in her clothes, submerged in the pool swimming. Like, what's going on with you, girl? Like, she had got a text from the anonymous dude saying, shouldn't you be helping your sister, such, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, they see her, they just send a picture of her at the club, and she looking around like, who the fuck is this? Somebody had just, you know, shoulder checked her in the club. So she texts back, fuck you, you know what I'm saying? But it's getting to her. And then, like, whatever the name, Gregory Dixon, whoever he is, tying all them together is really stressing her the fuck out. And she in this pool, swimming her ass off, fully clothed. I was like, girl, something wrong with you. Something wrong with you. We need to know what that is. Why is this person got you so stressed? Okay. So, Wade and Puleng, they figure out a way to search the video archives of people who were at the party. Like when she got kidnapped, they remember going through people's pictures who had been there, videos, and just search through them and see if they saw somebody that was out of ordinary and they recognized the kidnapper. Okay, so in this particular case, they figured, hey, Leanne, she videos everything, right? So let's check her socials. They go into her social media account. There's not a single video, which is so unlike Leanne. So Wade comes up with the idea, we need to steal her phone and actually get into her phone because she always posts videos, okay? So, you know, he goes in and tries to distract her and take the phone. And again, he has this little, hi, high-pitched voice, real trepidness, talking to this girl who don't seem interested in him. But Leanne is a cutie, you know what I'm saying? But I don't understand why Wade don't have more confidence at this particular point. You know, just a little bit more. He got... Anyway, he steals her phone and he gives it over to Puleng. Puleng shares her video files to her own phone. You know, I do that all the time. I share from one phone to the other phone. I wish I knew where my damn phone was at. But anyway, she shares the video files. Puleng puts it on her laptop and sees the video. So now we know Leanne is the one who recorded the video. Now Leanne was not the face at the beginning of the episode. I said it was some dude sitting in the dark silhouette. It was a white guy with light color eyes. It wasn't Leanne, right? So we go down. They go to confront Leanne. They go to her house, and Leanne lets them know, look, I've been catfished. I was catfished by a dude, calls himself Pool Boy, and after a while, he wanted me to start following you and recording you doing bad things. So yes, I did record the video. And I did so because he threatened to put my news online. And she showed them the website that had a bunch of naked girls. Her face was attached to a lot of them and everything like that. So this person is sexually exploiting these kids and putting them up online. To what advantage? I don't know, just being a fucking creep. But it seems like that person is possibly a child as well. That's what it looked like to me. So, you know, she lets Puleng know. I didn't send him the video. Somehow he got it though. He got it off my phone the same way he got it off. He got all my nude pictures off my phone. Why are you taking nude pictures, Leanne? Who you sending to? You just taking nude pictures of yourself or what? That's strange, girl. You just taking all these nude pictures for your own private use? You got an OnlyFans, Leanne. Well, I don't need to know. I was going to say let us know. You're too young to have an OnlyFans, first of all, but still. Anyway, girl. So, Puleng and Wade, they leave the house, filled with information and knowledge now of what's going on and why the video is out there and exists. So even if they deleted it off of Leanne's phone or what have you, the video still exists. The dude still got it. And then we see Leanne sitting at her table crying because they also noticed that Leanne got a whole lot of pictures that she done copied and pasted and cut with Puleng. She looking for a friend. She looking for a friend and she admires Puleng in some kind of way. Because like her little brother came in and was like, Mama want to know if your friends stand for dinner. And then she's like, oh, they not your friends. And he was teasing her about the fact that she ain't got no friends. Yeah. Creepy still. Basically, she been stalking Puleng this whole time. And, you know, what movie was that? That was the movie The Holiday or The Last Holiday with Queen Latifah and LL Cool J. And she had all her wedding photos of her future fantasy wedding and dream husband, and it was pictures from magazines, and she had put her face and his face in the magazine, and so they had this whole little memory book of just them together. Creepy shit, right? That's basically what Leanne has done with Puleng. She needs a friend. She done cut her out and pasted her and put her in different positions in different situations, like they on trips to Paris together and they ain't never been together. They ain't even been in the same photo together, but that type of situation. Yeah, weird shit. Okay, so Puleng gets home. Asada, like I said, she called to figure out who the heck was calling her phone and found out that it's Puleng. So of course she got to feel in her feelings about that shit. But she already at like, what you tell your friends about us? Like, what you mean about us? We ain't even together. Creep shit. Asada is also creep shit too. So when she's get home, she about to go into the house, and up shows Yvonne. Again, to me, this some creep shit. How you just popping up in my goddamn house? But he shows up and asks her why she wasn't at KB's event. You know, that's when she was over at Leanne's house doing her investigative work. And they're talking and they're discussing it. And then she gets the message from anonymous saying, you know, time is up. Basically, he publishing the video. So of course Puleng don't want to go in the house. She's like, you know, get me the fuck out of here. And she goes out into the courtyard. When she goes out to the courtyard, she's confronted by a bunch of dudes on bikes, and they circling her. And Yvonne jumps in the middle as if he, you know, his body's gonna protect her against these 6 dudes on motorcycles. Crazy, right? But at the same time, KB has taken home a fan, and Wendy has gone home with Chris, and they're going back to the house to celebrate the successful night. And they walk into the house, and there's some dude sitting there. KB noticed first, like, why is the lights on in the house? Did you leave the lights on? And Chris like, nah, I ain't leave the lights on. And they see this dude sitting there looking real rough and rugged, like he fresh out of the pen. He's fresh out of jail. Gotta be my age. Because he was old looking, or life just hit him so hard that he looked that damn old. He's sitting there. He is really salty. Like, I came here to get what's mine. You took something that belongs to me. His music, basically, right? Rough Riders. He's like African Suge Knight shit. That's what he on. And he tell them that they owe him $300,000 for a song that KB ain't made no money off of yet. I mean, he did a show, but he didn't get paid for the show. He did an interview, but he didn't get paid for the interview. He ain't make no money off of it yet. But he want $300,000. And it might have been Chris's house that made him settle on that amount, because Chris living pretty well. But these are kids. These are teenagers. They 18 years old, I'm saying. And he said he gonna get what's his. You punk ass little dudes. And he had his little boys hem them up and beat the fuck out of them. While they got the fan girl and Wendy held up by gun. Now, I don't know if the little fan chick was part of it or part of the setup, because she met KB in the club and he's like, oh, I got a fan. And she just somebody just randomly came up to him, whatever. I don't know if she's involved in that particular way, but last we seen her and Wendy being held by gunpoint while KB and Chris getting their ass whooped by, you know, what am I gonna name this dude? I don't know. I've been calling him Puff Daddy. It's Suge Daddy. Puff Knight, Suge Daddy. We gonna call him Suge Daddy. Suge Daddy beating their ass. The names I be coming up with. Okay, so while they getting their ass beat, the motorcycles are still circling around, you know, Puleng and Yvonne, and then they pull out a gun. What the fuck? Who is this anonymous person that has this much vengeance for Puleng and Fiks, apparently, that they pull up to her house and pull out a gun on her? Now, I'm quite sure they figured out where she lived, because they cyber stalking this entire school of children, seemingly. And it got something to do with the Dixon person, but why would you want to kill me over the Dixon person? Makes no sense. Anywho, they pulled out the gun, baby, and they pulled the trigger. And that's how the episode go off. Yvonne jumps in front of Puleng like, no. He steps in front of a gun for somebody he don't even know. I don't know, it might have been reflex. I don't know if I would ever do in that situation. I'd probably shit myself. But he jumps in front of her like, no. I haven't watched Elite, y'all, yet, so I don't know. They better not be shooting Yvonne. What the fuck? How you gonna be on the exchange program for 2 weeks over here in fucking South Africa and get shot? Y'all crazy over there. Crazy. Well, we don't know who got shot, because that's how the episode went off. That's blood and water, y'all. This is, like I said, the story has taken a turn. It has taken a turn. I don't know where it's going, but this is going to be dealing, this particular season, we're going to be dealing with cyber crimes. That's basically what we're going to be dealing with. We got to hear her with the whole school exam ring. That's taken out straight out of the U.S. papers right there. Then we got KB stealing beats, and the person who owned the beats coming after him to beat his ass. That's Beats by Dre, truly. I didn't know that I guess the copyright laws are worldwide. I don't know why I thought the copyright center was U.S. I didn't think that everybody followed the same copyright laws, but now I'm learning that they are. Then we have Leanne being catfished, and then revenge porn. You know, that going on. The same thing with Puleng, revenge porn. But they got somebody that's on the black market, so to speak, that's hacked everybody and is forcing them to do their bidding through blackmail. Yeah, this is a whole cybercrime season. Cybercrime season, baby. That's blood and water. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about it down in the comment section. See you in the next video. Peace.